Hello fellow readers, my name's Liz and I am pretty new to book talk. I wanted to go over my 24 books in 2024. I started preparing my reading journal for this year and this is one challenge that I wanted to include in it. There should be a few other videos coming out in the next few weeks about my reading journal and the setup and everything. The books I decided to include in this challenge I picked for different reasons. Some of them are just most anticipated reads of 2024. Some of them have been on my TBR way too long. And then some of them are part of a series that I'm working on. So let's get started. The first book is Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. This is a romance of two rival archaeologists who go on an expedition to uncover some Aztec ruins. Sounds really cute, sounds really good. I'm planning on bringing this on my vacation with me very soon. Also gave me the vibes of like Indiana Jones meets The Mummy, and I'm here for that. The second book is actually a finale in one of my all-time favorite series. It is Goldfinch by Raven Kennedy. This one comes out in a few months and I'm just gonna be so sad once the series is over. It's a Midas retelling. Number 3 is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I have been itching to jump into this world. I've heard so many good things about this series, so it's going on the list. Number 4 is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by B.E. Schwab. I really enjoy the idea of this book from what I've read in the little summary. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, a lot of mixed reviews, but I think it's going to be one that I'm going to enjoy a lot. Number 5 is Broken by Daylight by Elizabeth Helen. This is the next installment in the Beast of the Briar series. When I tell you how excited I am about this book in particular, you have no idea. This series is a Why Choose romance with Faye, and it is also a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Number 6 is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. She is the author who wrote the Bridge Kingdom series, and this is a Norse-inspired fantasy involving a shield maiden and battles, and it just sounds so good. I've already pre-ordered it, it's coming next month. Number 7 is a romance favorite of people. It is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I know I have not read this. That's crazy. I've heard so many good things about it. People rant and rave about this, and I am excited to dive in. Number 8 is a horror novel by Felix Blackwell. It's called Stolen Tongues. I actually read the prologue and maybe a bit of chapter 1 last January at 2 a.m. in the dead of night, and I was freaked. Okay, I was spooked. It's about a couple in a snowy cabin, and there may or may not be something lurking out in the forest and around the cabin, and it's so creepy. Number 9 is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is one that has been on my shelf probably the longest. I am excited to read this. I've heard a lot of great things, like most of the books on this list, and I can't wait. Number 10 is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. This is the second book in the duology that she has. First book was One Dark Window, which I devoured over the fall. I'm actually planning on reading this on my birthday. I kind of want to do like a 24-hour readathon for myself, and this is one that's going on that list for sure. Number 11 is Daydream by Hannah Grace. I really liked Icebreaker and I really liked Wildfire. I actually think I like Wildfire more, just for the coziness vibes. But I'm really excited because this one is Henry's story, who was my favorite character who appeared in book 1. Also, if you look at the cover, she's wearing a folklore cardigan. I would have bought the book just because of that. Honestly, if I saw that in the store without knowing, take my money. Number 12 is a dark romance called Where's Molly by H.D. Carlton. This is about a character that we kind of get mention of in book 2 of her cat and mouse duet. Hear that it's not going to be as intense as the duet, but I'm really excited for this to come out next month. Number 13 is The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I hope that's how you pronounce his name. Don't quote me on that. This one is also a Norse inspired, I think it's an epic fantasy, and there's dragons. Honestly, I just gaze at this dragon on this cover and want to read this book, so. Number 14 is The Breakup Tour. This one is inspired by the Taylor Swift Eras Tour, which, enough said. It also comes out on my birthday on the 23rd, so I feel like it's fate to read this. All I know is that it's basically a second chance romance between like a superstar and her ex-college boyfriend, I believe. Love that. Number 15 is Princess of Ash. This one is book 8 in the Royals of Forsyth universe. It's a dark romance, it's what I choose. There's also kind of like a secret society trope to it, which is one of my favorite little mini tropes. Do suggest though you do check trigger warnings for any dark romances. Number 16 is A Shadow in the Ember by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love From Blood and Ash. I don't care what anybody says. I love that. I believe in this thing of the right book at the right time, and that's exactly what I needed when I first read the first 4 books. I'm actually planning on doing a full reread and continuing on with the spin-off series. I believe it's a prequel series. I'm excited. I'm gonna binge them all, I swear. Number 17 is One Last Rainy Day by Kate Stewart. This one belongs in the Ravenhood trilogy. This is kind of like a bonus book in Dom's POV. Number 18 is The Witch Collector by Charissa Weeks, or is it Carissa? I'm not too sure. Correct me with the right pronunciation, please. I've been meaning to get to this one for a very long time, and I think somebody in one of my ornament videos recommended it to me as well. I'm down. I've already downloaded it on my Kindle. I'm ready to go. Number 19. A Little Life. I'm gonna do it. I really am. It feels so good. It's like butter. Anyways, I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna read this in the winter because I think that's too depressing for me. I think I'm gonna wait until the spring, maybe even the summer, and devastate myself. Number 20 is Ledge by Stacey McEwen. I'm really excited to read this. I've had this on my TBR for a long time as well, and I already have Chasm, which is book 2. This will be fun. It'll be fun to read in the winter. Number 21 is Red Rabbit by Alex Grecian. When I pre-ordered this back in the fall, I was so excited because it gave me the vibes of Red Dead Redemption, and that is one of my all-time favorite video games. This is basically, from my understanding, this is about a group of people, kind of like bounty hunters, and they're trying to hunt down a witch in the Wild West. And on their journey, they catch some trouble with some demons and ghosts along the way. Number 22 is Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Springs series. I learned last year that I had a thing for cowboy romances. My favorite so far has been Heartless, which is book 2, but I'm really excited to learn about Theo and his story. Number 23, Sprite of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I'm planning on doing a buddy read with my sister. We can cheer each other on to get through this book. This again has been a book on my TBR for a very long time, and there's dragons, I believe. It's also sapphic, which is a plus in my books. And we've come to the last book. This one is a fan favorite, which is Circe by Madeline Miller. I know, I haven't read this. That's crazy. I also haven't read Song of Achilles, which should probably also be on this list. We'll see. I don't know if you get the same vibes, but I feel like Greek mythology should be read in like warmer months. So that's probably when I'm gonna read this. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching my first official book talk video. I'm really excited to read all these books. If you have any favorites that were on my list or any books that you think I should read throughout the year, please leave them in the comments. I love recommendations always. Also stay tuned for reading journal videos. They should be coming once I'm back from vacation. Thank you guys. Happy reading.